Rhode Island is the abandoned capital of the world. I'm serious. Name a type of abandoned place and we've got it. Milk can? Got it. A bridge that won't come down? Got it. How about the tallest building in the state being abandoned? Oh yeah, we got it. There are many more, and many with a bright future, which, don't worry, I'll get into. I'm Jason Allard, a filmmaker and urban explorer born and raised in Rhode Island. I've been documenting our abandoned icons and stories in a series called Abandoned from Above, showing you why these places deserve our respect and attention. For those new to the scene, urban exploration, or urbex, is the exploration of man-made structures, usually abandoned ruins or hidden components of the man-made environment. The rules are simple. Never enter a building by force. You gotta find an access point, like an escape hatch leading to the vaults of an abandoned bank, so you can check out this massive abandoned lobby. Leave no trace. That means no vandalism or graffiti. I think exceptions can be allowed for spontaneous art installations though, like this 15-foot tall polar bear in an abandoned train yard constructed out of scrap metal in an old repair shop. Take only photos. No souvenirs allowed, no matter how cool the spot is. You might be tempted by the thousands of items left behind, but let's be respectful. These places are essentially time capsules. Don't post specific locations on social media if they are unknown. Because if you catch the wrong arsonist's eye, it could turn something like this, the biggest abandoned drive-in screen in New England, and one of my favorite places, into this, a shell of its former self. Hey, congrats, you just completed Urbex 101. Good job and good luck out there. Let's get back to Rhode Island now. Like I said, we've got the biggest selection of abandoned places, all with something that makes them stand out. History. History like the abandoned Ramtail factory remains, the only place in the United States officially designated as haunted in a state census, specifically the Rhode Island 1885 state census. Following reports that the ghost of a man named Peleg Walker roams these woods after his shocking death in the mill that used to be here. History like this ghost station, a train station that trains pass by or under without ever stopping. Constructed in 1916, it was a major transportation hub in Rhode Island. In 1952, Dwight Eisenhower even stopped here on his campaign trail. This place was huge, but it was abandoned in 1959 and remains empty to this day. By this point, you're probably wondering, why are these places abandoned, and is there anything I can do? There are so many reasons they become abandoned or get stuck in development limbo. I know it sounds sad, but on a positive note, they do act as great reminders of our past and the importance of preservation. Because there are places being saved, it is possible. Here's an example. The middle school I attended as a student is abandoned. Constructed in 1915 and abandoned in 2009, sitting in the center of Woonsocket, Rhode Island. It was the largest middle school on the east coast of the United States, and it was the subject of my first full-length documentary called My Old School, which traced the history of the school and showcased its cultural and historic significance. Residents worried about its future, fearing this beautiful structure would be razed to make more space for parking. However, after a successful nomination to the National Register of Historic Places, it was given certain protections and would provide tax credits to the eventual buyer. Very enticing. Fortunately, a buyer did come along in 2022, and the school is being transformed into housing and a community rec center, giving people the chance to make all new memories here for a different reason, while also preserving the beautiful architecture. Now, do I think my documentary is the single reason it's being saved? Oh yeah, absolutely. But for real, this old school being saved shows the importance of awareness when it comes to abandoned places. When you're aware of their historic significance, then it helps you engage in conversations with local historical societies, officials, or businesses who may have a vision for their future. Many of these places were once thriving social centers and have now become the forgotten backdrop of towns and cities throughout the state. There's hope for them though, and we can play a part in that, starting with sharing their stories. Personally, I think it's important to know why there's a giant abandoned milk can on the side of the road and what might happen to it in the future. So let's keep highlighting our abandoned icons and hopefully inspire change to give them new life in the future. I'd love to talk more, but like I said, Rhode Island is the abandoned capital, and I've got a few more stories to go dig up. Thanks for giving me some of your time today, and I'll see you all soon.